Coming up this weekend, everybody, is a great opportunity to get some great music, some great food, and some great information about a whole host of organizations in our community, including the Great Bend Center for Music. I've got the director with me on Zoom here, Matthew Melendez. Good morning, sir. How you
Good
doing?
morning. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for the interest.
It's always good to talk with you, and this Pearl Django concert is back again for the second year in a row. This is a fundraiser for early childhood music and the Salmon Center. It's at the Salmon Center, it's the old barn on Roselle Road. Pearl Django is one of the hottest jazz acts not only here in the state, the country, and really they've been all around the world. You've heard them on NPR. They've toured the world as well, and they are coming to Belfair Saturday night. Matthew, tell me about it.
This is again, so jazz is not a huge area of specialty for me, but I love jazz. And this jazz is just suddenly, it's hard because jazz means so much, right? So, like, if you're not familiar with Pearl Django, what would you be expecting to hear? And so this is how it here sounds to me. So if you imagine like the romance of like 1920s Paris and quiet little alley streets filled with pastry shops, like the soundtrack for that you have in your mind is probably a little bit of an accordion or a hurdy-gurdy playing a
Uh-huh.
romantic melody or whatever. Well, that's exactly where this style of jazz evolved and the time this style of jazz evolved, and that's what it sounds like. So if you took that and you added violin, string bass, and percussion to that sort of romantic soundscape, that's the style of jazz we got. And it's got real swing because one of the major influences of it was that it was being born as swing music was really being born, and it was really influenced by that sort of American trend. So it's this really cool, easy to listen to fusion. Not all jazz is easy to listen to.
Sure.
And this is just delightful. And that married with the fact that the guys, the members of the band are just, they're just the coolest people. They're kind, they're really accessible, and they just love coming and playing for Mason County audiences, just like the classical musicians I bring out who are overwhelmed with how gracious and enthusiastic our audiences are here in Mason County.
Well, there's such a great history and long history of music in our area, regardless. Folks must know that when they come and roll through town, because you hear it from the bluegrassers, you hear it from the jazzers, from the classicals, from the rockers. I mean, everybody, when they get to Mason County, there is a great grounding sense of this is a creative community. The other thing about the creativity when it comes to our area is the variety and creativity when it comes to the meals, the foods, using the seafoods that we have at our abundance. And celebrity chef Xinh Dwelley is going to be kind of hosting and facilitating a dinner before the band kind of gets into the evening. How does that all work?
Yeah, we have a little bit of a program before the band starts at 8 o'clock. So for those who bought a dinner ticket, cocktail hour starts at 5:30. We have great custom cocktails from the Hardware Distillery and beer from Potlatch Brewing and High Steel Beer. Um, and then Zin has put together a remarkable menu for us that we'll be serving. And as we do a little bit of a live auction to raise money for our early childhood music program, which just exploded on us this year and is now serving over 500 kids, the majority of whom are in Mason County, but in 34 states and six
Wow.
additional countries. And so we're really moving about how we grow that program. Especially our focal point Saturday night is going to be trying to raise some additional funds so that we can continue programming that we started in the spring at the Child Care Action Council's Early Child Learning Facility in Shelton, the Shelton
Uh-huh.
Early Learning Center, which is the only ECAP program we have available in Mason County for kids, as well as this amazing program we've done all summer long. Two programs, a younger kid program and a youth program, in collaboration with Turning Point. That's been really satisfying. And so a big part of our focus is, again, continuing to grow our early child program and raising some funds so that we can maintain that in-person teaching we're doing on site with those two other nonprofit partners in this community, because our work really deepens and furthers their ability to make the impacts they want to make.
Some hot jazz, some hot food, and a hot evening. It's going to be a great one Saturday night, low 70s. So it's going to be
Yes.
perfect to get out there and enjoy some dancing, some music, some friends, and some information about a couple of great programs, not only the Great Men Center for Music, but the Salmon Center as well. Matthew, good to talk with you this morning.
Thank you so much again for the time and the intention and the interest. It really takes a village to put something together like this, and it's just amazing. In fact, our sponsors, Mason Health and Sierra Pacific Industries. I mean, just everybody, the way they've come together. Because again, it's hard to plan an event like this
Yeah.
during a pandemic that is still pandemicking, and all these folks coming together over the last 8 weeks. They're like, yeah, count me in. What can we contribute? It's already a success.
You can purchase your tickets through the Great Bend Music website at greatbendmusic.org. You can also search for Great Bend and Pearl Django. There are tickets still available to both the jazz portion of the night that starts at 8. There are just a few tickets left to the dinner, so don't wait on that one as well. Matthew, good to talk with you. Good to see you, and let's catch up more as we move through the rest of this year on what Great Bend's up to.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good, buddy. Good to talk with you.
Likewise, Jeff. Thank you so much.